is committed to generate industry-ready graduates through unwavering academic excellence and strong industry economy of 2025, a strategic platform designed to bring together eminent HR managers, leading industry practitioners, and distinguished academicians. The chief objective of this conclave is to foster insightful confabulation on emerging workforce trends, evolving skill demands, and cutting-edge talent acquisition strategies in the era of digital transformation. It serves as a dynamic collaborative forum to bridge the gap between talent acquisition strategies adopted by academia and evolving workforce skills required by the industry. It aims to align educational outcomes with industry expectations so as to amplify graduates' employability skills through meaningful policies that nurture industry-ready professionals. Through impactful keynote addresses, thoughtful provoking panel discussions, and strategic networking sessions, the HR Conclave 2025 aspires to create actionable insights and sustainable partnership that will significantly shape the future talent acquisition and upskilling. This prestigious conclave also reflects GMRIT's proactive approach to ensure that our graduates are well equipped with the requisite skills, adaptive mindset, and comprehensive industry exposure to excel in an industry and competitive global economy. With due respect, I cordially request Dr. CLVR Prasad, Principal, GMR Institute of Technology, to present GMR Institute of Technology's profile in brief.
Good evening, all of you. At the outset, I would like to welcome once again all the dignitaries for this gathering. And it's my great pleasure and honor to welcome you all for this event. The event, first of its kind, typically in the history of GMR Institute of Technology. Traveling through the journey of GMR Institute of Technology for the last 20 years, and there almost for the last 20 years since 2005. So this is the first time we have gone to planning an event of this type, coming out and making people to know about GMR Institute of Technology, because till recent past, we should say that we are maintained at a low profile. We are not gone for any branding, and except the few recruiters who regularly come and recruit GM students, GMR Institute of Technology is not known to many. I should say that, because many people doesn't even know that GMR Institute of Technology is a part of GMR group. So we thought that it is, I think we need to make a move and go for branding and make all the stakeholders to understand the efforts and the work that is being done and taken up at GMR Institute of Technology in building and in producing the future manpower of India. GMR Institute of Technology is located in a place called Raja, which is almost 120 kilometers drive from Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. So in fact, still we are not in that mood of saying that Telangana is different and AP is different. We are almost like in the same state. So Raja happened to be the birthplace of our chairman, GM Rao. He was born and brought up from Raja, and that is the reason why GMR Institute of Technology is there, has come up in Raja. So now this is, I take this an occasion to just to take you all through the complete scenario of the background of GMR Institute of Technology, and I'll take a couple of minutes for presentation. Just to briefly make you all understand about the background about GMR Group. We all know the GMR Group is an infrastructure major company which is primarily in airports, and GMR Group is among the top 5 airport developers globally, and as on today it is operating 6 airports and 2 airports are in development. It also operates GMR Aerotech MRO, maintenance, repair and overhaul of the airports, that is located in Samshabad. And it also operates two aerocities, one in Delhi and in Hyderabad. And moving on to energy, it is into wind, solar, hydro, coal, gas-based power generation, and also into power trading as well. Had units with an operating capacity of close to 1700 megawatt, which are in operating with the different fuel mix. And also we have close to Almagy 1800 megawatt, and they are at various stages of development. And moving on to the transport, three operating projects of length 888 lane kilometers, that is a road transport. And beyond that, we are also into SEZs and infrastructure. And we are also into IPL. So Delhi Capitals and Dubai Capitals are those for the cricket. And GMR also owns UP Yodas for the kabaddi and Telugu Yodas for Kho. And apart from that, GMR is also into railways, the freight corridor connecting the major coal belt in the east. So this is the background about the GMR group, the promoters. And GMR Varalakshmi Foundation happens to be the CSR arm of the GMR group, which is primarily in the objective is to develop the social infrastructure and enhance the quality of the communities in and around the locations where the group has its presence in terms of business. It could be an airport, or it could be power plant, or a road project. So foundation is that which gets into the public community and gives it a feel-good feeling to all the stakeholders over there. It operates 4 schools and 2 colleges in higher education. And it started very early in higher education in Iraq in 1993. A degree college was started, and later we had an engineering college which started in the year 1997. The prime focus of the foundation is into education, health, hygiene and sanitation, empowerment and livelihoods, and community development. Moving on to the education, it has got a very good impact in the society. Apart from the various locations where the institutions are there, wherever the group has its presence, as you told, in terms of business, it had an impact. So, as of today, from the schools, we have got close to 2,500 students who have graduated from schools, and from the degree college, around 10,000, and around 15,000 from engineering college. And moving on to the creating employment, typically on-campus recruitment employment, we have almost close to 2,500 degree college and 10,000 close to in engineering college. And apart from producing giving employment, we also promote a lot of employment in innovation on the campus. And as of today, we have got good number of students who become successful entrepreneurs, around 200 people from engineering college, from degree college, around 50 people from the engineering college. Just to give at a glance the scenario, the year of inception is 97, and we are affiliated. Ours is a self-financed affiliated institute, affiliated to Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, GMRIT, and we offer 8 UG programs and 5 MTech programs. And all the UG programs are accredited by NBA. Since 2007, all the UG programs are accredited. We are in the 4th cycle of accreditation. And with regard to the institutional accreditation, we are accredited by NAC since 2010, and we are in the 3rd cycle. And the total as of today, the recruit intake is 1,080 and the PG is 60. And we have become autonomous in 2012. To talk about the vision of the institution is to be among the most preferred institutions for engineering and technological education in the country. An institution that will bring out the best from the students, faculty and staff to learn, to achieve, to compete and to grow among the very best. An institution where ethics, excellence and excitement will be the work religion, while research, innovation and in fact the work culture. And the realization of the vision is taken up through mission statements to turn out the disciplined and competent engineers, the sound work culture and life ethics, and to implement outcome-based education in an IT-enabled environment, to encourage all-round rigor and instill the spirit of inquiry and critical thinking among the students, faculty and staff, and to develop the teaching and research and consulting environment in collaboration with industry and other institutions. So this is a brief journey that the institution had since 1997 till date. In 1997 is the year of inception, and in 2007 we got all the UG programs got accredited first time. In 2010 we got the first time accredited by NAC. In 2012 we have become autonomous. In 2017, we were figured in the NIRF ranking. First time when the government of India has initiated the NIRF ranking, we were figured there. And in 2018, college has been elected by HYSEA as the first best clean and smart campus at the country level, and the renewals of this NBA and NAC is a continuous process, and as on today in 2025, all programs are accredited by NBA and the institution is accredited by NAC. So this is just a snapshot about the various programs that we offer at UG and PG levels. We offer 8 PG programs with an annual intake of 1,080. So we offer all the core engineering programs like civil engineering, electrical, mechanical, advanced in communication, computer science, information technology, artificial intelligence, and AADS and machine learning. And the institution has ranking and announcements, and we are in the world ranking. As far as the impact world ranking, is concerned, we are in the world university ranking this year. We are put up in 83rd position out of 107 institutions ranked at national level and at 1,500 places globally. And we are also into the impact ranking, typically on the 17 sustainable goals. So we are at 1,000 plus out of 2,000 and odd institutions at the country level that have been participated. We are in the NRD ranking. We are ranked by India today. We are ranked by DataQuest. So we are ranked by Education World, Career 360, and we are ranked by CSR and WebB. If you look at in the overall ranking, we are at the top 5 colleges at the state level and the top 50 colleges at the country level, ranked by the various popular education rankings. And moving on to the academics and research collaborations with industry and other popular academia. So we are associated with the University of Technology, Petronas, Malaysia, NIT Warangal, Telangana, and Institute of Technology in Indonesia, Andhra University, Local Industries, Germany, and then Alpha Bridge Technologies, AWS, and Group ADP, Paris, France, and Weisel, New Delhi, and University of Wisconsin, Madison, USA, and IT Hub, Divisampark, IIT Roorkee, and LNT EduTech. These are some of the notable collaborations that we had for both academic and research collaborations. And regard to the faculty resources, as on today, I have got around 210 faculty members for all distributed across all the programs, and out of which I should say 70% of the faculty members are PhD holders. 150 faculty members are PhD holders out of 210. And apart from academics, we promote and nurture research within the campus among the students and faculty members. At a ratio of 1:2, faculty publish around 400 publications every year. And if you look at the Scopus index, this is the Scopus profile, which is globally available in the public domain. As on today, from the institution, we had around 2,700 documents, and with a H-index of 66 and citations more than 25,000. And if you look at the quality of the journal publications, as you get 25% of the publications are from quartile 1. So here quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3 talks about the quality of the journal publications. And these are some of the initiatives that we take beyond the academics. In fact, regular academics are those things which you find in all the institutions. So what is that? We have differently students heading up as far as the equipping is concerned. Apart from the regular courses, what they do, a lot of global certifications also people do, and these are some of the certifications where the students take up, like service now, AWS, Salesforce. These are some of the new initiatives that we have taken up. Apart from the students taking up the degrees and certifications and also various career path by specializations and electives, these are the global certifications the students take. And coming on to the placements, I should say that every year 90% of the students get graduated. Out of this 90%, 80 to 85% of the students get placed on the campus. So there is a track record of GMRIT, and this year I should say that the students from core engineering branches got placed better when compared to the IT. I don't know, I think you need to answer that, why it is going to happen and how it is going to happen and how the future is going to be for the core industries and ITs. And we have prominent personalities that visited the campus. So we have got the great person, Sri Ratan Tata ji, visited the campus and addressed our students. So we had Sri Natarajan Chandrasekhar, Executive Chairman of Tata Sons, visited the campus and addressed the students. So we had Sri R.N. Narayan Murthy, founder of Infosys, visited the campus and addressed our students. And then we had Mr. Augustin Dimanti, Chairman and CEO of Group ADP France, visited the campus and addressed the students. And we had Mr. S. L. Subramaniam, CMD, and the Chairman LNT visited the campus. So these are some of the prominent people who visited the campus and addressed the students. And these people coming and addressing the students is a great motivation to the people, the students who are there at GMRIT. So this is a small glimpse of the talk about GMRIT. And before I go ahead, I'd like to people to play the 2 short films that we have with the group and GMRIT. And with these few words, I welcome once again all the people who are here for this event. And this I'm telling you, this is the first time we are doing this event, coming out of the place Raja. And this is the first time in the last 20 years I had. And another spirit behind is by next year, GMRIT is going to be GMR University. So that is the way we are looking forward. I'm very sure that the entire HR community will be supporting GMRIT in all the works, and also ensure that we train the students, trainable students. I don't say that with knowledge, apart from that, trainable students. And I'm very sure that the students who come out of GMRIT can be customized and they can fit into any job, whatever the people are looking for. So thank you very much for patiently listening. Thank you all.
The GMR Group is a world-renowned infrastructure developer with an excellent track record of creating mega infrastructure projects. An institution aimed at growth with perpetuity, GMR continues to build entrepreneurial organizations geared towards social and economic capital creation for the society. Set upon the cornerstones of 7 core values: humility, entrepreneurship, teamwork and respect for individual, deliver the promise, learning and inner excellence, social responsibility, and frugality. Comprising of the iconic Delhi International Airport, the Hyderabad International Airport, Greenfield Airport in Mopa, Goa, the Mactan Cebu International Airport in the Philippines, and Kuala Namu International Airport in Medan, Indonesia. It also operates the civilian enclave at the BVR Airport in North Karnataka. Airport projects under development include New Crete International Airport in Greece, Greenfield Airport in Bhogapuram, Andhra Pradesh. Further, the group is leading the way by ushering in the innovative concept of airport cities in India. The first phase at Delhi Aerocity, comprising of 45 acres, already hosts more than 15 hotels, offices and retail spaces with well laid out public amenities. At Hyderabad, the group is developing India's largest integrated airport city, consisting of offices, retail, leisure and entertainment, hospitality, education and healthcare assets. The group's energy business has a diversified portfolio comprising of 13 power generation projects with an installed capacity of over 3,000 megawatts. In the transportation sector, GMR is one of the leading developers of highways in India, with 4 projects totaling over 1,400 lane kilometers. It is also executing railway projects with a total length of over 400 kilometers, including the marquee Dedicated Freight Corridor project. GMR Varalakshmi Foundation, the CSR arm of the GMR Group, works towards upgrading social infrastructure and enhancing the quality of life of communities around locations where the group has a presence. GMR Group, a legacy of trust and excellence.
Significant inventions are often born out of the curiosity of young minds. When a curious mind is allowed to give wings to its spirit of inquiry, magic happens.
I was so curious from my childhood that I always loved to solve puzzles. I wanted to know how things work.
Established in 1997, GMR Institute of Technology, or GMRIT, a semi-residential college, has come a long way since its inception and has built a nurturing space for eager minds in Raja.
Engineering is not just a course, it is a great opportunity for us to solve the problems in the world.
Within the four walls of this institution, the students have an opportunity to chase their dreams, no matter how big. They are encouraged to learn, explore, experiment, and create. Everything from the curriculum to the infrastructure is oriented to that end.
Labs in GMRIT are a place where we gain a practical experience. We have lab for every discipline.
We have visitor library and normal libraries. Students have access to 24/7. It has flexible college timings so that students don't get pressured.
GMRIT prides itself on having teachers who go beyond just conducting lectures and instead invest in the future of every student they teach. They commit themselves to providing education that changes lives and ultimately the world.
The faculty or the non-teaching staff, everyone is very friendly with the students. They are very patient with the students.
They'll just not come and write on the board, they motivate us. They're not just like teachers, but also like our friends, family and everything else.
Education at GMRIT goes beyond the confines of the classroom. The goal is for the students to find their individuality and to give them a sense of community and belonging.
I play badminton. I'm also an NCC cadet. I do dance. I participate in various events and also coordinator for various clubs.
I became more outgoing. My best friends are my strength. They push me forward. Some of them are my rivals that force me to do exceptional things. We created a lot of memories.
GMRIT's mission is to give its students the license to dream and the tools and knowledge they need to achieve those dreams.
My family had, most of them are engineers. So I was always interested in doing engineering. I am currently studying 4th year in GMR Institute of Technology. So it gave me clarity and more vision for my future.
My brothers are graduated from this college, so they are in a good position, and my goal is to become a scientist in ISRO.
This institution is a labor of love and passion for the engineering profession. At GMRIT, the intent is to create a pool of talented engineers who can contribute to building India's assets. Over the years, its students and alumni have been living proof of that intent.
Thank you for watching.
The scientific excellence of GMRIT, which is less than 50 kilometers far away from Bhogapur International Airport. Now, I cordially invite Dr. J. Girish, Director, Education, GMR Mohan Foundation, to address the August gathering.
Good evening to you all. Thank you for coming over here. All of you, at least few of you may be knowing what is GMR. GMR is the name of a person, Grandhi Mallikarjun Rao. So he is the group chairman. He was born and brought up in Rajam, a small place 120 kilometers away from Visakhapatnam. In 1950, where there is no power, there is no electricity, there are no roads, there is no television in those days. Today, GMR Airports is the second world largest service provider. That is how we transformed the industry. And since it is the birthplace of our group chairman, he wanted to establish a good education to the needy students, not for profit basis. That is how GMR Mohan Foundation was established, the CSR arm of GMR Group. And that is how the college was not in Visakhapatnam, not in Hyderabad, not in Delhi. It was in Raja because of his birthplace. And we live in the campus. We all live in the campus. And few of you must have visited the campus. The campus is situated in a lush green field, almost 150 acres campus. It is a residential campus. And we have of course 4 schools. We offer education from KG, nursery to PG. We have 4 schools. And we do offer BSc, BCom, BBA, BCA programs under degree college. And under the engineering college, we offer 7 branches of engineering, 8 branches of engineering. And still we offer 50% of the programs in core engineering and 50% of the programs in computer science and allied programs. Very few institutions in the country wherein offering core engineering branches 50% of the programs, and we have 100% intake and 100% admissions happens in our institute. And we strongly believe that it is our responsibility, collective responsibility from the educators, from the institute and from the industry. Together we have to provide good path to the students. And also there is a social responsibility for all of us to see that every student gets good education and good jobs. With that intention, we thought of meeting you all, seeking your support in terms of few of you can become a professor of practice and suggest your technical people. And we already have professor of practice from the industry. Also few of the industry people, they can become a board of studies, members in our board of studies, and your valuable inputs we will incorporate in our curriculum. That is how we are evolving our curriculum. By the end, we want to see that our students are par with the world best students. That is how we are benchmarking now. Last year we started benchmarking our institute in the world ranking. The first time a private engineering college, an autonomous engineering college, appeared in the world ranking, Times Higher Education World Ranking in Asia as a 600th position. The institute is also positioned in the global world university rankings as well as world university rankings in engineering as well. And also, as of now, the students are very humble. Most of the students are from the pure village background. Students in and around concentrated mostly in the Visakhapatnam, Srikakulam and Vizianagaram districts. Now we want to bring the diversity in the students community, as well as we want to start multidisciplinary programs. We do have a 200-bedded hospital and we do offer degree programs in engineering. Now we wanted to convert GMRIT Institute of Technology to a deemed to be university. Last year we applied to the UGC for a deemed to be university status. Next academic year onwards, we are going into a deemed to be university status, wherein we want to add a few more schools like business school, law, and also the medical allied health sciences programs as well. So we want to bring the diversity in terms of academics, in terms of the students as well, pan-India students. So therefore we can bring more mixture of diversity into the student community. So this is what a brief I want to communicate to you all, and all of you are welcome to Rajam. Please visit our campus. It's a small place, but it's a very big campus, 150 acres campus. As I told you, we all live in the campus. You will enjoy the lush green environment in Rajam. And also, please provide your thoughts, inputs, if not now, later to our placement officer, Mr. Karan Garu. And we want to work with you all. And also another purpose of visiting over here is to express our gratitude and sincere thanks to all the recruiters who are already involved supporting our students in terms of placements and internships. And new invitees to support us, to extend your help to our students. And thank you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your valuable insights and making the people aware of the inception of GMRIT and GMR Group itself. Padma Shri, Dr. BVR Mohan Reddy is the founder chairman of Cyient, formerly known as Infotech Enterprises, a global engineering and technology solutions company established in the year 1991 with the vision of promoting engineered in India services. Under his leadership, Cyient evolved into a leading ER&D player, contributing over $5 billion in exports to several Fortune 100 clients. An influential Indian business executive and engineering manager, Dr. Reddy has held prominent industry positions, including chairman of NASCOM and chairman of CIA Southern Region, and currently chairs CIA's National Education Council. He is also founding director of THub, India's largest startup incubator. Deeply committed to higher education, he serves as the chairman of the boards of governors at IIT Hyderabad and IIT Roorkee, and is on advisory bodies at the University of Michigan and HYSEA. Recipient of Padma Shri in the year 2017, he has also received the Distinguished Leadership Award, Lifetime Achievement Award, Distinguished Alumni Honors from IIT Kanpur. An IIT Kanpur alumnus with further studies at the University of Michigan, he holds honorary doctorates from Andhra University, JNTU Hyderabad, JNTU Kakinada, and KL University. Dr. Reddy is renowned for his corporate leadership, institution building, and national contributions. Now, it's a great honor and privilege to invite Padma Shri awardee Dr. BVR Mohan Reddy to grace this occasion and address the august gathering with his invaluable insights.
Very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies to other distinguished guests this evening that I'm cutting the line and going ahead of them. Primarily because my commitment to be here was at 7 o'clock and I was here ahead of time. And I have few other commitments, so therefore I didn't want to delay the rest of the people. My apologies on the tongue. Thank you very much, GMRIT, Mr. Kiran Kumar, Mr. Dr. Girish Jamipala, got it right? Yeah, Jamipala, Director of the Education Institution. Thank you for your invite to Rajam, Dr. Girish. I was already on your campus. I spent a full day on your campus once. It's equally impressive. I will encourage all of you to go and visit Rajam too. So I thought I'll speak something very interesting to you this evening. And it's indeed my privilege to speak to you on this topic, which is of absolute importance in my view for future of our economy, future of the workforce, and also for the future of national competitiveness. I think it's very important that we address this issue of fostering industry-academia collaboration for future skills and talent readiness. Let me begin with the reality that we can no longer ignore. We are in the midst of tech-led revolution or transformation. I'll rephrase it. We are in the middle of a major transformation led by AI. Several people, don't be surprised, compare it with as strong a revolution that will happen like when mankind discovered fire, they discovered wheel, they discovered electricity. As profound as that can be the revolution that AI will bring to our lives. But this particular revolution further is going to be further strengthened because there is an enormous amount of push that we see in terms of capital deployment and competitiveness globally. I feel that it's not a passing phase. Please don't shy away from it. It certainly is something which we think will have profound effect on the industry, every country, and every role that you see at this point in time. Let me spend a few minutes on what I see as the tech transformation, which is, to me, real and is relentless. Across the world, we are seeing trillions of dollars being spent on deep technologies, whether it's AI, semiconductor, clean technology, and digital infrastructure. You look at the spend that's happened, $13 billion was what was given by Microsoft to OpenAI, which led to creating ChatGPT and many others. You saw CHIPS Act of the United States, or India, the semiconductor mission 1.0 itself, there's a commitment of $1 billion. In those days, it was 3 years patents, but they did it. It was 76,000 crores. I'm sorry, take it back. It was $10 billion. That's what they committed to the India Semiconductor Mission 1.0. We also see enormous amount of change with healthcare, especially in countries like India. It's become very important when you have patient to doctor ratio, which is admissible. A doctor to patient ratio is 1 to 1,000 in urban India, 1 to 10,000 in rural India. So we are seeing tremendous amount of technology being used, which is certainly helping us in terms of detecting disease as faster and more accurately. We're also seeing the deployment of technology in manufacturing. Companies like Siemens, Tata Steel are using digital twins and predictive analytics to transform operations. There are a number of fintech platforms, whether it's UPI, Razorpay, Stripe, are revolutionizing how we transact our businesses. We're also seeing enormous amount of transformation in education. You see companies like Coursera, Upgrad, which are changing how we learn, how we reskill, and how we stay relevant. Alongside with this capital formation that's happening, the enormous amount of money that each of these companies have raised and they've deployed thereafter, you'll also see there is enormous amount of competitive intensity. We're seeing startups challenging the incubators. You've seen Ola Electric, to SpaceX are the new startups of the future. We are seeing number of AI models being built by Meta, Google, and India's own Google. That's the large language model from India now. And globally, companies are at war for high talent, particularly in AI, data sciences, and cybersecurity. In short, what we are seeing is innovation has become faster, the stakes are higher, and the margin of error is smaller. Some of you may be familiar. The first AI attempt was done on speech recognition. It started off in 1994, and it took them almost 18 years to perfect it, to say speech can be recognized flawlessly by the computers. 18 years, that's what it took. Speech and simultaneously in parallel was handwriting recognition. Now look at products like ChatGPT, which have so much of ability to do content creation. They did all of it in less than 18 months. That's the shrinkage in terms of time you're seeing. So therefore, what we see is, as a result of what's happening in the world, the workforce has challenges at this point of time. That's what's more relevant to our conversation today, but I wanted to give you the background before I got to what I wanted to say to you. We do not have enough talent to meet the pace of change. That's the key that we have. And it's not about how many number of jobs that are there. It's all about the kind of jobs that are evolving, our ability to size to this particular change. The companies are going through enormous amount of structural shifts. Trust me, you should change the mindset of your students who are graduating at this point of time not to think about pyramidal structures. Every 5 years I get promotion. Every 25 years I become the vice president, the president, CEO. You could become one today if you have the right skills. You'll see flatter pyramidal structure in organizations. Even if you say, oh, Mr. Reddy, teams are important. Yes, collaboration is important. Yes, but the teams and collaborative sizes will be smaller. A smaller number of people will start working on them. You'll see fewer teams, but large number of teams. So we'll also see one of the things which I think should be bothering many of you is AI going to take away the jobs? Is AI taking away the jobs? I'm sure answer is yes. But then the AI will also create more number of jobs. So what you will see is the number of people deployed on a project will come down, but number of projects will exponentially grow. That's what I think we need to communicate to our young trained engineers. That they should not be worried about the jobs, but if you want to get those jobs, you need to be rightfully skilled. What it means is the demand for skilled professionals will be exploding in the next decade. That's our prediction. Yesterday, I was with a group of the top 20 CEOs of Indian IT companies, including Mr. Nandan Nilekani with us. And all of them came to the same conclusion. There could be an aberration at this point of time, but in the longer term will succeed so long as we get the skills right. So therefore, the question that comes is, what's the role of academia? What do academia require to do? So the academic institutions no longer need to remain passive and just be providers of leads. They must become co-creators of talent. You need to work with industry. You need to be agile. You need to make sure your students are agile. They are interdisciplinary and they align to the real world needs. The headline in the Western world today is, what is learning is student-centric, experiential learning. So therefore, you need to understand what the student requirements are, and you need to make sure that build things. The world is not waiting any longer for somebody else to build based on your ideas. You have to build it all by yourself. What does this mean to academia at this point of time? The first and the foremost is, please make sure you redesign your curriculum. But you redesign your curriculum along with the industry. You need to co-design it. Go back, talk to the industry, what they need. And most of you have the status of being autonomous institutions. You might complain, Mr. Reddy, you don't know the reality. I know the reality fairly well. I'm even working on the HYSEA, it's called Higher Education Commission of India, trying to bring a lot more teeth into it by also make sure there's enough decentralization that's done. Therefore, first and foremost is co-create the curriculum, co-design the curriculum along with the industry. And the other important thing is, please update it as frequently as you can. There are instances that I know people, I ask them, when was the curriculum revised? They say 18 years back. That's, to be honestly, very disappointing. 18 years back, so much of water has flown under the bridge that you don't know what's happening to the world then. The second one is, certainly I think you need to make sure that your students become project-based, experiential learning students. What we're doing at IIT Hyderabad as an experiment this year is every first-year student is asked to form, they're given absolutely free hand. You can become groups of 4 to 5, each of you. We'll fund you to the extent of 50,000. Create a task for yourself, find a solution by the end of the 6 months. They come and present to them. We have about 600 plus students at this point of time who just joined us last week. But if we are saying these 120 or 150, we'll have a faculty member to mentor them. They will have to build, it's not just they write a paper for us. They need to build something, whatever it could be. So I think what is important is you need to make sure your students become project-based, experiential learning, anchored in a real-world complexity. And the third one is, you don't have an escape from the AI tools. Don't think that ChatGPT is rubbish at this point of time. It is a productive tool. Start using it, you'll enjoy it. So therefore, what will also happen is, you need to make sure that your students will start thinking about sustainability, design thinking, and digital skills. And what's equally important, the root cause to me lies with the faculty. The faculty have to be sensitized sufficiently to understand what the industry trends are through a structured sabbatical collaboration. I'm not saying only it's the education which has a role to play. Equally important is the industry. The industry has to become co-educator. We talked about co-creation, now it's co-education. The responsibility does not stop at the doorstep of academia, is what I keep telling my industry friends. Industry must go beyond recruitment and become a co-educator. What does this look like thereafter is, we are at this point of time providing enormous number of internships, apprenticeships. Actually, I led this initiative from NASCOM for the IT industry. We now have 150,000 interns in the IT industry itself. And so is my company too. So all of us are pushing this. So therefore, for my industry friends up here in the audience, my request is push the internships and give them case studies to the students to ensure that they can solve the real world problems. The second one is, we also need to have structured mentorship programs. We need to help academia to create innovation labs. We're actually doing, even my company, it's actually the Family Foundation which is funding it right now. We set up a hub for AICT in the city of HYSEA. And we're going to have 54 engineering colleges. I don't know whether GMRIT is our list at this point of time. Primarily to handhold, mentor them with the incubation centers. Of course, we have a very ambitious Chief Minister, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu. When I went and presented this concept of 54 colleges that we support, he said, no, I'm already support all the 200 plus engineering colleges. We said, probably this is the first experiment we do, we'll thereafter move forward with it. And certainly, we need to make sure that the faculty will support in upskilling and also in joint research projects. So therefore, the organizations which will succeed in future are organizations which will invest in shaping their talent pipelines, not just hiring them. We all realize that. So therefore, this is a word to my industry friends. So therefore, what are we seeing at this point of time further is the role of AI in talent evolution, is that we should not, and several people think AI is the enemy in the room. But trust me, it's the large elephant in the room that you have to recognize it. If you don't recognize it, there is a disaster ahead of you. And AI will be a game changer. As much as, I said it could be as good as light, it could be as good as fire, it could be as good as wheel. That's the type of influence AI will have on our lives. There's no denying at all. We should also recognize that the repetitive jobs will disappear. AI will take over them. There is no way that we can stop them. But there will be a new set of jobs that will come by. Every industry will start using technology. You can name an industry and I'll give you an example of how AI is being used, whether it's healthcare, it's education, it's logistics. It's there. It's there real at this point of time. And what we will also see is new jobs will come by. AI explainers. I don't know how many of you are familiar. Google has now a job called AI prompters. Because by now you have also recognized ChatGPT becomes smarter and smarter. If you ask smart questions give you smart replies, and smart replies, you should be in a position to ask smarter questions. And today, I'm sure some of you are familiar with this, ChatGPT is completely understanding you. It knows your flavor. If you are a non-subscription-based user, it can't keep your data. It's using the data for learning models. But if you're subscription-based, it has your data, it understands you, it understands your style. So therefore, AI prompting engineers, and the other thing that will also become is ethics auditors. Who is responsible if an aircraft engine is failing right now? Is it the guy who wrote the AI algorithms that said, I do predictive maintenance? Or is it the guy who bought that piece of software and deployed it? Or the pilot who used it wrongly? Who is to be blamed if there is no way that we had authenticity of who did what? So you required ethics auditors. And of course, I think what will be the future in our view, especially the business that we are in, is domain which is to do with the creativity, with ability to see the future, doesn't lie with AI. So it is the combination of domain plus AI is what will make the winners in years to come. And so therefore, what I feel is people who work against AI will not thrive, but people who will work with AI will thrive. And also I like to emphasize that AI is just not a tool for engineers. It's a tool for everyone that we know of, whether it's a lawmaker, or it's a medical doctor, or to the business people, or the humanities experts. So what do we need to do to get into a structured collaboration? My request to my academia friends at this point of time is institutionalize the mechanism of collaborating with the industry. Institutionalize by creating a council, an industry council in your colleges. I think that's the first one. The second one is irrespective of type of research that you're doing, please make sure that becomes useful for the industry. I'm sure most of you are academic institutions which probably focus on teaching. But I think teaching and research, in my perspective, go hand in hand with each other. You don't require those big investments. What you require is big mindset shifts. You want to make sure that future is in your hands. Invest in those technologies. So therefore, please make sure whatever you have with you as research becomes translated to usefulness to the industry. And the third one is that you need to definitely put more amount of incubators, because that's where we'll see the technology growing. So therefore, as an institutional framework, what I'm suggesting is that you require long-term vision. You certainly need to raise funding, and there should be a trust between you and you as academia. I'm seeing that more of academia people here, and the industry. Finally, in closing, let me say the following. We are in the middle of once-in-a-generation transition. In lighter vein, I joke with people, I wish I was born now. It's too late in my life that I see this translation that's happening. But the choices that we make today is all about how do we educate our people, how do we train our people, and how do we collaborate, and that will define what the future of this country is in terms of innovation capacity for several decades to come. And it's something which is extremely important. We're talking about Viksit Bharat 2047, another 22 years from now. If we truly want to see India, which is a developed nation, I think what is important is we need to have the technology edge ahead of others. So let's all together build an ecosystem where every student is industry exposed, every teacher is tech immersed, every company is campus engaged. Let's not just prepare students to graduate, but let's prepare students who will lead us in the future. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for making us aware of expectations and requirements. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And I warmly request Dr. CLV RSP Prasad, Principal, GMRIT Institute of Technology, and Dr. Zekirish, Director, and Shri L.M. Lakshmanamurthy Garu to facilitate our keynote speaker, Padma Shri Dr. BVR Mohan Reddy Garu. Sir, please, sir.
Friends, I request to interest the first time
Select yes, please. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Panel discussion. In this discussion, I cordially invite our panel expert, Ms. Ruhi Sayana, Director HR India, Lending Tree. I warmly invite Mr. Shashadri, S Global Group, PV and IFIN Global Group. Thank you, sir. I warmly invite our panel moderator, Mr. Sri Charan Lakarasu, founder and CEO, Student Tribe, to take over the panel discussion for half an hour.
5 seconds you should get. Okay. MC has given a warning to us. It has started, so we said we should wind it up in less than 30. Just first of all, thank you, BVR in absentia. I think he just left. I was just typing in ChatGPT that can we put an AI moderator, because that's how much, if there is no usage of AI these days, there is no session. That's the first thing any corporate panels these days we are talking. I was just joking with Ms. Parveen. What a day to be on the panel after great PR stunt yesterday. So, yeah, no comments. So, I am paid not to speak. Yeah. So if someone is asking TCS that are you hiring, then no, that's a very good question now. So, okay. So let's start with Ms. Parveen itself, because with the interest of time, because I wanted some audience questions today, not from the cue cards only, because that's really good Googlies. And I just wanted to introduce that, because these days panel questions and in the HR panels, I keep telling Ms. Parveen, we meet in events, we are networking a lot. And sometimes our colleagues ask, when are we working? So first, the most abused word in industry academia is skill gap. Because I always say, every session every year, whenever there's a HR panel or any events happen, there's a gap between academia and industry. How can we create a bridge, or will the bridge happen in the current world of AI?
Yeah, hi. So, yes, there's always a skill gap. There are a lot of DPOs who come to us and ask, how do we bridge the gap? And we always give this gap. Okay, that there are a lot of things that both the parties, both the stakeholders will have to do. A few points that I thought I will talk about, which even Mr. Mohan had spoken about. I think the first is why there is a skill gap is because the pace at which the industry is evolving and the pace at which the academia is catching up is not the same. Okay, the academia will have to a little faster to catch up with the technology, with our requirement. And that can happen if, as Sir also said, Mohan Sir also said, it is only when the faculties pace up. They upskill themselves, they have to know what are the industry trends. So that is one thing that the pace will have to change. Second is, as I said, faculty readiness. They have to be ready with what industry wants. And how it can happen only when there is a lot of collaboration. Even Mohan said, Sir also said the same thing, right? The third thing why there is this gap is because there are a lot of colleges. As of today, we have close to 4,000 colleges. And there are about, even if you take 50 faculty members in each college, there are close to 2 lakh faculty members. Are we ready to train them? So that is where is the gap. So each company will have to have a core team which can have a collaboration. I think even the industry should have, even the academia should have a core team which will have this collaboration. I think these are the 3 things because of which there is a skill gap.
Super. Recently I heard a very interesting, shall we keep it casual or more formal audience? Casual, right? Okay, I'm just asking permission. Because the first thing when I entered, I told Mr. Kiran, the laundryman did give my blazer. So it was very funny for me to come in with more casual attitude. So first, this point, recently in one of the conferences I heard a very interesting take when a faculty has to get trained in the latest trends. There was one major company which I don't want to name now, with the interest, maybe over the dinner I'll share. So this company trained 120 people in the latest technology. They picked the 120 faculty members across the state and they trained on the latest technology. And they got them the certification which is very costly, free of cost. And they expected these people to go back to the colleges to train. And after 6 months they wanted to go back to colleges to understand how many people got trained on that technology. Actually on the 3rd day of the training, after the completion, those 120 people applied for the jobs everywhere else with the same certification. So they never went back to colleges. So sometimes when you want to train faculty on some latest technology and the certification, they never go back to the colleges itself. Whenever the suggestion comes, I always think about that point. So, Ms. Ruhi, I just wanted to just keep it on a lighter note. Yeah. When Ms. Parveen mentioned about the skill gaps, according to you, what are the major skill gaps that you have seen as part of your journey and you keep hiring day in, day out? So, what are the major skill gaps that you are seeing off late in the world of AI?
Okay, good evening everyone. Before that, I would like to say that whatever we are discussing here on this stage today, Mr. Mohan Reddy Garu already covered each one of our thoughts. Now when you ask the question that, in particular to the engineering students, what are the skill gaps we find? It's a very basic question. We all discuss that, but it hits hard. Because according to AICTE 2002-3 survey report, only 47% of engineering students are eligible for employment. The reason? They don't have correct skills. They don't have the right skills. They lack coding, they lack programming, they lack recent AI, ML, all of those skills. So I think these are definitely important. Another thing is, as Ms. Parveen rightly mentioned, there are numerous colleges, but we don't even know how are they teaching the students there. What is the quality of studies the students are going through? Are they really following the curriculum? Are they going through all the practicals? Like we have seen the picture of GMRI, the video and all. It looks beautiful that the faculties are coming on the floor teaching the students, so it is a hand-in-hand job. Now, communication skills definitely is a pain point for all of us because they are skilled technically sometimes but not apt in communications. So we also see how they articulate things, how they present themselves, problem solving techniques and the timings, collaboration skills I would say. So these are the couple of things I have also noticed and I keep listening from my peers in the industry. So see, anything we talk about the missing skills, it's right from the basics we need to imbibe in them. It's not that once they complete how many of our vocational courses they join outside, it is difficult for them to catch up on those.
Super. It's always $1 million question and everyone says skills and nobody says what skills are there. So because I keep hearing like let's say the skills are better then everyone should have right skills, everyone should have right skills and everyone claps, yes they should have right skills. And again what skills they should have? They say skills. And that's a very $1 million question for me even till date. If someone asks what skills, because soft skills, communication skills, interpersonal skills, intrapersonal skills, but again there's another new skill which will come. So but I still remember 2009 was my first job and the only job I worked, it was Infosys. I'm very privileged that I had a friend from GMRIT. That was the first time I got a chance to work with a guy called Janardhan Rao. He studied in a Zilla Parshad High School and then he went to GMRIT. He was the first engineer in his village. And when we were working together in our company, I come from Hyderabad, so I had a privilege of articulating things and he was on my same project. And we had a US client. It was a proper Java project, it was a banking, Capital One was our client. And this guy, when we were having a client call, this guy had his own issues of communication skills and stuff, but his programming skills were 10x better than me, coming from GMRIT and in those days a self-taught guy. And he used to say, "Arey dini vilura, dani vilura," in Telugu. It was method calling. And he used to say, "Ee method dani vilustundi, ee method dini vilustundi." That's what he used to tell. But at the end of the day, when the client call comes, he used to say, "Yeah, my friend Sharan will tell better." And at the end of the day, our project was very successful and he was the best performer. Yet sometimes, these days in the 2025, I feel slowly communication skill will go off. Because it is about the AI thing. It can understand any language today. And if you know best programming language in the coming days is any language which you talk. You can talk in Telugu and it will convert into English and it will convert into coding. Maybe that day will come very soon. There will be only, like I run a company called Student Tribe. I'm doing a plugin. But there is something called Tribe and Vibe. So there is coding, there is new coding called Vibe coding. So if you don't get a job, there was a time they used to say you can become an entrepreneur. My grandfather asked me, I said I started a company in 2015. He said, "Emeda job goinda." That is Indian middle class standard answer. So that brings me to the question to Mr. Sheshadri. I look up to him in a lot of ways, the kind of energy he projects on different entrepreneurship forums. Because we spoke about hiring, and the best one is, okay, if the hiring is stalled, is the entrepreneurship another option? Or entrepreneurship is the first option?
First of all, I'm happy that we have diversity in this panel. That's great. I think thank you to the organizers. And before I go that, I would again all of us to stand because Bharat has shown the world in any podium. That's where we should be proud of it. So can we all proud for ourselves? This is where I always go in a fantastic podium. And I know Bharat, I'm sorry I'm not using the word India. And basically, to Charan, before I go there, as in many forums, wherever we go, right? It all that is what I see. I know we talk about things that it's all about
So what I did, as you know, right, as you rightly asked, the same thing happened in middle class, and also typically when I started at Hitler, all my parents or great-grandfathers were all public sector employees. I went to the UK, do we really need all of that? Why can't you take civils? Why can't you take all of the stuff? But I think it's all about hiring. I don't say hiring is an epitome of what it is, but the mindset is what is important. I also founded, all of you may be knowing Dr. J. Chowdhury, my mentor, and we started an international startup foundation. In the last step, when someone asked me a question, we have 8 to 16 acres, what we call union unicorns. First of its kind. We had around March, basically we conceptualized saying that rural innovators, somebody who was not been even seen towns, worried about cities. And basically somebody who was there, and there are some of them who did as parents. We are lucky, at least we have mentors. I always say mother is the first group, then of course I have a mentor like Dr. J. Chowdhury. But again, here what we did is, someone said, where do you want to take them? Our plan was we have ideal norms so students not any prototypes. We took about 4 states, from Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, all of that. I know maybe a bit long, but again, I think this is a story that has happened. And people said, US? What are we talking about? Taking students, 8 to 16 years? Are we crazy about them? Then obviously we had an event, we had an interaction with the Honorable President at that time, Jennifer Lassucci, and when we did this stage, you know that when your files or somebody of that, including girl case, I hope it all goes to the human trafficking. No man, I'm to take the accountability. We want to really make this into our India. To the kids, like this is not. Otherwise, we all know who is our common enemy, I don't want to name it, and we also see there are a lot of tragedies, especially in rural areas. My mentor will talk about that's really happening. So first, how do we get them? So we took this around a pilot of, conceptualized pilot of around 40. The end result is in May. A history has happened. I know how many of you know. We have Texas State University. Sarnamathu has been, we have 40 students, 8 to 16-year kids with their ideas in the US. And basically, they got investments. One of them, who is an orphan girl child, she got even investment of $20,000. Mentors, lifelong, we didn't want to do anything, another kind of a session there. They went to NASA also kind of, they had the experience. So I think your question, I will boil down. First, let's get to the mindset of what we want to do in life. I think this is very important. How we get it? It's as easy as said, but I think we need more mentors. That's where it starts with academic, it starts at home. All this brings in there. Let's not look for a job, we look for a role. I hope everybody in the HR practically knows the role is unique, the job is generic. So I think everybody has unique skills. Let's identify those unique skills. Today we have a plethora of opportunities. There are many forums. My favorite slogan, which many has taken, is networking is better than not working. What is it? Networking is better than not working. If you network, right network, I think everything will happen.
I'm waiting for the networking dinner. So, but my trainer will be very proud. Today it was a leg day for me. You made me stand 2 times.
First of all, I appreciate it. One of the guys who Richard Branson has said, who is really applauded by Richard Branson. How many of you know us? So we need to applaud him for
The issue is Richard Branson is not known here. So, Ms. Paveen, like with the interest of time, I'm clubbing a couple of questions. Lot of policies are great. Let's say AICT has an internship policy, but are they getting executed? Is the first question. Because whenever I see apprentices, and with all due respect to the seniors in the industry, every policy is meant for good only. You know, when they sit in a council, they decide, chai pani, Usmania biscuit, design a policy, next day it will come in the paper, National Apprentice Program, NATS, itne log ko lena hai, and internship, AICT internship policy. Are really people, corporates are taking internships? Number 1. Number 2, if there has to be some change, I wish one day you are part of that policy making team. If we imagine you are part of that policy making team, what is that one thing that you want to change? Yeah.
See, internship is very, very important, we also know. It is not just industry who is responsible for giving internship. Like Mohan sir also said, I think most of the points that you are asking, he has already covered. It has to be co-owned by the academics. Okay. I tell you the easiest option that all of you have, academians, is reach out to your alumni batches. GMR, for example, is a 20 plus years in the industry, okay, education industry. You can reach out to your alumni, 20 years who have passed out, maybe 500 people who have passed out. If they can take interns from the college, from the current batch, 500 people will get internship. Okay, so it is not the responsibility always on the industry. It is the responsibility of the academia as well. First thing is that. Second thing is, sir also spoke about incubation labs. Invest in that. And inform your students to find out real world problems. They have problems, whether people are from a rural background or people from the city, they all have some of the other problems, right? They have to identify the problem and start giving the solutions. You don't wait for industry to come up with sharing problem statements. But yes, we as organization, we are also taking interns. Every year we take thousands of interns.
Super. Recently there was a very funny thing. People floated an internship in Student Drive. Students applied and I was just interviewing it, and one student asked me, how much we need to pay? I said, no, we will pay you. Which are asked for internship, people are paying for internships and they are getting internships. And they say, like, whatever the project institutes were there, they became internship institutes. It's becoming like, situationship, internship, another relationship. So the problem is, like, if someone says, I have to pay for internship, when some governments make it as a mandatory internship for everyone, I find it so funny. Because if there are 2 lakh students in a state and everyone has to do a mandatory internship, it is never possible. And that's the reason United States of Amirpet became an internship hub now. He changed the board now. It is internships also available.
USA to US.
USA to US. Okay. By the way, I think, will I be banned from GMR events in future? I'm not being formal, so I thought let's make it some muscles here and there so that we can have a great dinner. Yeah.
I think they'll make you permanent here.
Yeah. Who says no to GMR? Aerocity mein baithenge maine bahut dost hai Delhi mein. So next, Ms. Ruhi, like when HRs meet together, a lot of thoughts come like, these are the regular problems that which we face. You hire, you go to colleges and stuff. You also want to do something back to the colleges. Like let's say you're part of now one company called Lending Tree, you are heading the whole HR function there. What is that 2 things come onto your mind if there is a collaboration between a college? What is that you want to do? I'm not asking what, because most of the academic events, what happens is, the moment they invite HRs, right, they'll tell college what to do. You should do this, you should do that. But I wanted, if a HR has to do something back to the college, kya kar sakte hain? If there's a permission, I'll convince Mr. Girish ji, let's say Ms. Ruhi Saida will be given a permission. आप क्या कर सकते हैं हमारे लिए? If you want to do, no conditions apply नहीं है. So क्या करना चाहते हैं आप? Yeah.
Right. So there is this line. Sa vidya ya vimukte. I'm sure you all might have heard it somewhere or the other. This is a very famous standard line in Guru Shishya Parampara or Guru Shishya Sampradayam. Or you can also take references of the same line from Vishnu Puran. What does it say? It says that knowledge is that which liberates, which does not bind you. What are we doing today? We are just making students, recite all those books and then go and write the exams clear the exams, now try for internships and all. But how much are we focusing on the faculty? Because yes, we focus on students, we train them. Are we also focusing on the faculty? We are not. Because if the faculty is not upgraded, they will not be able to upgrade the students. As you rightly asked, if I had to do something going back, say suppose GMRIT or anybody else as well. Two things on my mind, and first thing, HRs are not responsible for everything going around you or in the world. Please let me be very clear.
Your employees feel the same. Your employees will feel the same inside the company also, right? HR की वजह से हो रहा है.
सब कुछ HR है, नींद में से उठ के कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया तो भी HR responsible है.
अच्छा लगेगा हिंदी में बात करते.
HR is not responsible to run your world. Please be, you know that. HRs are there, and I'm not going to talk about HR. Okay, let's come back to the topic. So, what will I do? The first thing, I will try to understand what the curriculum is. Okay, I will bring my required technical skills or requirements of my own organization. I will pass that on to the college. I will educate them that this is what we, being a highly technical skilled company, there are so many companies like that. So skills are mostly matching. So what I can do is I will go back and I will say, we are just teaching ABCD in the books, but where are these, robots going around you, serving you tea, coffee? How do you teach all those dynamics to your kids, your people there? That is one thing I will do. So I will not say designing the curriculum because we are not authorized to do that. It is the education department's job to do. But yes, we can push it. We can educate the colleges that what is coming for them and how they can prepare their students. Second most important thing, I will also evaluate the faculty. I will ask the college to evaluate their own faculty. When did they, send them for any training programs? Now the company, the institute which you actually talked about, 120. I know the one, I thought I'll quote it, but because you didn't name, I will also not name it. So, teach your faculty, give them industry sabbaticals. The way you are teaching your students, also train your faculty. The more upgraded they are, the more they will be able to help your students. So, these two things are from my side.
Super. I know you should not mention it now. Now I said it. So, okay. Anyways, like the other point which I liked it is like you said HRs are always blamed. The two most important letters in English alphabet were H and R. Now it is A and I. So nobody is talking, even in a HR conference, in a Shram conference or wherever you go, everyone is talking about AI. A के बाद क्या आता बोल के मेरे बेटे को पूछा तो B नहीं बोल रहा है, I बोल रहा है. So it's like that's how much people are terrified. नींद में भी AI के बारे में सोच रहे हैं. So that's a common thing that which we have to accept.
I think I'll tell you one thing very quickly. To all the HR sitting here, we should stop focusing on ourselves. I mean, we don't have those problems we highlight kare. I see often on LinkedIn, every day one person writes a post. HR ka matlab ye nahi, and all. Why do you want to tell everybody what you are doing? You do what you do.
I'll tell you a story, not digressing from the topic, because I have a lot of HRs here and hardly you guys smile. Because if you smile, someone will ask hi. So, the problem, I know they didn't pay me for the stand-up comedy and stuff, and GMR pays everything in online. Okay? So the point was, recently I was talking to someone, he's a CHRO, and he was talking like, a lot of AI roles, AI is coming, HR roles will be gone. They can never replace an HR. Because if you ask AI, right, AI doesn't have an emotion. The problem is if you ask AI, whatever you say, you tell this is right, it will say it is right. If you tell this is wrong, AI will say it is wrong. HR is a person who knows how to say no to a yes. Yes.
Because HR is the mother of every organization. You might have heard this a lot of times, so I thought just be quoted.
Nah. The number of no, they are very kind. So see, these days it is a standard answer now. Sorry, I am not part of TA. I am part of HR. That's a nice way of saying that I'm a cool spirit. Yeah, recently we crossed 75 people. We had to hire a HR, and the first day when we had a town hall, she came and we are all one family, she said. I took the mic, no, we are a team. We have family at home. If you create families in the office, again, Conclave concert will happen. So again, good that I made everyone show their team. No dental sponsors here. But to just see, I just saw Rama here, so I want to ask that question to you because you spoke about entrepreneurship here. How do you see industry, you're talking about HR collaborating with the industry to change academia and all these things, but how do you see industry collaborating with campus entrepreneurship, the entrepreneurs outside collaborating with the campus incubators? Because I personally feel there's a lot of redundancy of work which will happen in the entrepreneurship space. It's almost like, can you become an LP in my account, in my fund? No, I'll start another fund. So that's how a lot of people are starting too many things and everybody is not running a longer marathon. So I want your couple of cents on that because we'll go to the crowd questions in next. Yeah.
So you're saying campus incubators.
So how do you collaborate with the campus? Because you run ISF, one of the leaders of ISF. How do you collaborate with the campus incubator to encourage student entrepreneurship?
Absolutely. See, we have in the same podium multiple best faculty events. We are not an event management as ISF. Obviously, these podiums, THub has been a part, and of course, the THub CEO was also part of there's Kavi and there are T-Works. And we also a couple of mentors who were there from THub and all of them being part of this, what we have been doing every time. So it's not just there, that's one inclusive. Secondly, I don't mind mentioning some of them. Venkatesh, wherever you can see, he came from all the way from UK. He's a Barclays Award winner entrepreneur. We're proud Indian. He's also here on my thing. Venkatesh, can you stand up if you're here? Venkatesh Krishnamurthy, he's here, he's the one. He's a Barclays awardee in the UK. He has shown AR/VR solutions, so we need to connect. That's what I mean. Our ISF is connect, collaborate, celebrate. So if you do connect with the right people, automatically everything is done off of your work. Then we have Pavani Garu, she's another woman awardee and being with I think some of them may be familiar, All India Robotics Association. She researched, came from Pavani Garu, wherever you can stand. So I think we have the crowd, every one of you has, as I said, unique skills. So I say in this campus, let us do actions. AI for me is Charan, AI was for a long time ago. I say AI for us is action in India. This is what I told in a World Economic Forum. This is what we told them. AI is action in India. And we have Nakul from the French, I think this is innovation age with French. So we have to have all the exchanges, Charan. We should not, the people has to go find the right exchanges. THub is doing a lot of programs, there's a lot of accelerators, not only US, for us, world is only US. As you rightly said, United States are committed to USA, or we have SAP as in our kind of genes, but I think it has all changed. Today, I tell one good news here. Again, this can be a good action for all of you. And I see one thing, what I liked it, sir. I see mechanical engineering. See, I'm a mechanical engineer. I co-authored a book in mechanical engineering. I went with that. I had a mentor, Lord S.K. Bhattacharya in the UK. But today, when I see many institutes, I know it's a bit out of part. I see everybody saying computer science, AI, ML. What you end up with a project saying everything is AI. I don't think this is what it is. Today, the need of them is the core, the STEM. I think first the skills gap again is छोटे से मेरे छोटे से मैं सुना उसकी क्या. This is a never-ending problem as long as we get it. And the change has to come from us. The change has to come from us. Realize our things. We need to have, of course, THub is a good catalyst. Similarly, there are many catalysts like this incubators. But just one thing you mentioned, mandatory training, ASAP. If I know, I myself doesn't know what really we have.
99% of the AI algorithms are driven from the mathematics and core engineering.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying, sir. The AI has been already there because the US has brought AI as a language. We are talking about the jargons, but it has already been there. We as an automation was started with mechanical engineering. Are we talking something now? The fuzzy logic was almost there. And I co-authored a book. I was a Stone graduate competing with the MITs of the world. So I always say, I came from, I studied in BVR and you know the college. But again, I'm not saying that it is up to us. There's a lot of, at least now you have a lot of platforms. I think we need to take it reality.
It is not that don't take my word, don't take any of the things, yes, it is all good. I think my intention, as I was asking children, we take questions as well, that will be more interactive than the general GAN sessions. But what I'm saying is, let us first put up in things. We need to take some actions, small little actions. For example, after this conference summit, our chairman mentioned, so we have a good stalwart here. So what is that as this panel is going to be the next panel, if you really want to qualify for the next panel, what is the action that we should do with GMR, right? We're coming all the way all over, spending time, all the audience are spending time. Today, time is the most essential thing than anything else, right? So what is the action we do? So as industry, as I mentioned, THub, as a GMR, let us do something in. That is what I said. If somebody's good idea or thought, I will make sure next year they're in France. I repeat, record my words. If somebody is there, they're not only looking in here, if there's a good project, good thing, we have an exchange program before, I think Nakul will talk about it. They are eagerly looking to collaborate with India, but there's no platform. So we talk a lot about things. Let's do this. Nakul, I think since you're in the THub, maybe this will be a good thing. Nakul is from Indo-French Chamber of Commerce, and he's already a good friend.
My wife is asking me to take her to Eiffel Tower.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so he's a man. But they must be there. So many wants Eiffel Tower, but not only for Brazil. Let's make it as a campaign. So how many of you really want to come to France next year? Because this is the France-India innovation thing. And how many got really good projects and good ideas? You can raise hands. And it can be anybody. And I repeat in this forum, please record this. If we have next meeting here in TF next year, we should have some of the outcomes here. So I believe in outcomes. That's why when I think Kiran called me, I said, sir, if it is a normal thing, probably I'm not a worthy guy because I know everybody has there. But if it is something outcome that we want to do, I know it's not that I'm giving a due respect, it's not other things, but we all need to work together. I think the HR, I'm a talent guy. I don't mind HR as a talent different. I work with, I'm known as build, operate, transfer guy. What we see Deloitte today is my first thing. What we see HCL today is my thing. But after that I went to entrepreneurship. Like everybody said, when I selected my pre-con, people called me crazy. When I didn't take up UK system, people called me cranky. Today I'm the most happiest person in India, sitting that Bharat can give a lot of things to the world, and we're getting to every institution. So with GMR also, we will want to kind of collaborate and see all of your students. Next time when they come in, ये बातें नहीं है. I'm not making it. एक acting में होना चाहिए. Charan is our actor. We'll make Charan as our project head.
We'll go and take a HYSEA flight next. We are going to Rajam. That's it. We are fixed. We are going to Rajam now. Otherwise, train is a better option also. Last time,
Sorry, Rama Garu, of course, Rama is also helping us.
No, because you requested audience questions, I'm just pulling because we have a guest speaker. I don't want to take much time. So, couple of questions and we'll wind it this panel, please. Yeah. One, gender diversity. I want. Okay. Sir, yeah, you raise the hand. Okay. Okay.
Thanks, Kiran and Charan, both. See, one of the big thing, what is very important in changing the future skills is pedagogy, because that has not come into the discussion. Pedagogy has to change because the content, programming, everything is available on the YouTube, and even the e-learning systems are there. But do you have a pedagogy system that can actually shift, mind shift, also skill shift, and bring up a lot of ideas? How we are going to make it happen?
Sir, I think one simple thing, sir, it is all mind shift. The mind shift doesn't come, the experiencing is better than the mind shift. Neither, as you mentioned, neither AI nor anybody is going to take today. Even today, it is all about how we think. As I said earlier, the change has to come from us. That leads everything. I said three things. One is morals. I think that is important. As also Charan mentioned, people think everybody can start a company. The one biggest thing that I've seen as a shift is my personal view again. We take exit in mind. Earlier, it is to build an institution. Now today, has become a fashion that we need to do unicorns, popcorns, unicorns. We are taking exit in mind. I have seen globally many entrepreneurs. The first question when I asked them, this is again I kind of consult with some of them.
They tell me the one simple thing is, sir, it is not about money. It is about mentor mindset. There comes happiness. How many of them really? We take fund, again that is all what fund we go, but where is the market access? How many has really got market access? People got billions of fundings, but where is the market access? India is a great market, we try to connect with that journey. So it is all about connecting, have a right mentor and the mindset.
Super sir, the reason why I didn't answer is just googling the name pedagogy. Peda means child. In Greek, logi means learning, children learning, learning how to teach children learning. So the one thing which I understood was very simple, practitioner-led training. Someone who practices HR should teach HR in a B school. Someone who practices Gen AI should come and talk about Gen AI. Last model AI thought problem lekunde. Gen AI thought problem. Gen Z thought problem. Gen AI thought problem. Gen Z thought problem. Gen Alpha is not in colleges yet. So AI has been there. My professor, his PhD topic was AI. Anything is AI. Chess was AI. Playing computer video game was AI. The problem is Gen AI. The problem is Sam Altman. So that's the other thing which we have to discuss. Maybe over the networking dinner. With the interest of time, because the guest is waiting, I will not extend this. We'll have a good conversation over the dinner. Sheshandri sir is an excellent person in entrepreneurship. He can take you to Dallas, he can take you to France, but we'll bring him to Rajam. So that is the promise that Prasad garu meeru invite cheyaru sir. And one request from everyone. Sir asked a very good question about pedagogy. I feel every industry professional can use some hours. They want to teach to the students. If professor in practice is a great concept. Usman University hired me as a professor in practice. Again they said, for ratification bring all your certificates and stand in the line. I didn't go. It's gone. The vice chancellor said, you should come to college and teach, my students will love you. And next day, I get a call from register, bring all your certificates. I don't know where are my certificates. That's a problem. Again, I have to go 2 days. So I am requesting Girish Garu, roll out a form, tell that you give 2 to 3 hours. 2 to 3 days. Teach some elective. You can't create AI faculty in 3 years, sir. How can you create AI faculty? These days, mechanical engineering guys are doing MTech CSE to retain their job. That is the current market scenario. So understand that. So at least industry guys want to earn and they want to become good to their kids also. Intlo cheppukuntaru sir, college wheelchair guest ichiru, shaal ichiru. So lot of industry guys don't expect big money also. Small 5,000 rupees they'll come. The industry guys don't expect money. They expect recognition because again they have to put one LinkedIn post. I'm invited by GMR and all these things. Yeah. So thank you, sir, and next time we will never trouble you for any result launch, anything in the GMR airport. Hope you take care of us, and thank you, Kiran, for inviting and bearing with us, and nice cue cards also. I didn't use them. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Could you please stay back for a while? Panel members and moderator, could you please stay back for a while? I request you to stay back for a while. And the moderator, Sharan, and I thank you all, and hope you enjoyed all, particularly Mr. Charan, scintillated, contextual humor throughout the session. Hope you enjoyed. Give him a big hand. Jay Girisha and L. Lakshmurthy Garu to felicitate our panel expert, Ms. Praveen Ahmed, Indian Head, Campus Recruitment, IT, TCS.
Thank you so much, sir.
Now I request Professor Giri sir. Now I request
Yes.
Now I request our Professor Giri sir and Lakshmimurthy sir to felicitate our panel moderator, Mr. Sri Charan Lakirasu, founder and CEO, Student Strike.
Yes. You are ready, sir? Yes. Thank you.
Is the Managing Director of Keolis India Private Limited, Hyderabad, and has been leading Keolis Hyderabad since 2020. An accomplished hrconclave officer, he brings forward 35 years of excellence in the railway and metro systems, spanning maintenance, operations, and project management. His expertise includes the maintenance of metro assets such as track, minor civil repairs, traction power supply, material management, and many more. He specializes in signaling and telecommunication, having handled major projects involving system integration and assets maintenance. Throughout his career, Mr. Mishra has managed projects encompassing planning, estimation, and commissioning of electronic interlinking systems at major stations, OFC networks, major ad operations, and new line works. An innovator at heart, he has also contributed to the development of signaling systems in collaboration with industry and premier academic institutions like IITs. Before joining Keolis, Mr. Mishra served as the Director of Maintenance at Mumbai Metro 1, demonstrating strong operational leadership. Mr. Mishra is a strategic leader known for his technical acumen and operational excellence in the transportation sector. Now, we are pleased to invite our keynote speaker, Mr. Shamchandra Mishra, Managing Director, Keolis, to address the August gathering.
Thank GMRIT, Prasad Garu, Murthy Garu, Krishnan for inviting me here. And really, it is a good opportunity to interact with a lot of people from industry, especially HR, from academia. Really good opportunity for me. And lot of things have been discussed in the panel discussions, and lot of things have emerged. And similarly, Dr. Mohan Reddy also emphasized on the new technology and new things emerging where we need to have expertise, and our students coming from the colleges, they are supposed to be aware about the things so that there is a good employability. So I'll share my few experience, not going in those details, maybe theoretical details, something like that. I started my career in Department of Atomic Energy as scientist C. So, though I worked for 2 years only, initial 1 year was on the training, no delivery. And due to my some personal conditions, I left Atomic Energy and moved to near the native place. I was selected through Indian Engineering Services in the railways. So I joined Indian Railways. There again, training was 2 years, no job. Which indicates if there was something known about the industry in the college itself, 1 year training in the atomic energy and 2 years initial training in the railways could have been curtailed. So the need is really of the hour, as India government is also emphasizing on the skill development. We go for higher educations, MSc and all those things. And we find that in normal working and normal environment and in employment, those things are not used. So I think there should be a difference. Those people going to the research, going to the universities as a faculty, they should opt for the very higher education. And at lower level, I think there should be lot of induction, lot of activity related with the industries and skill development. Today, as Mohan Reddy Garu has indicated, AI is one of the important things. Technology is one of the important things. And our students coming from the colleges, really they are very, very tech savvy. Whether it not only coming from the software or IT industry, you take IT subject, you take any subject, people are involved, and approximately 30 to 40% times they work on the mobiles, they interact, and people are aware also what is happening worldwide. So I feel that there is a need to have connect with the industry and especially have curriculum which is really useful for the students when they complete their education and join the sub-industry. So emphasis should be on the concept building, not roting and mugging all those things and putting in the final exams. Concept building is very, very important, where a student after joining certain institution, certain industry, he has the capability to think and develop himself in that particular direction. So there is need, because everybody, innovation has become very, very important for the industry. Unless we have the acumen and think in a different direction and innovate, it is not going to progress. All the industry, now it is evolving very fast. So innovation is very, very important in all the industry. Unless we think in the direction of improving on a daily basis, people have the capability of thinking and doing something on their own and moving in that particular direction. So, for example, as on date we see metro and railway, government has last 10 years has taken a lot of projects related with infrastructure development. Roads, you see a lot of improvements, lot of things are coming. Railways, there is a lot of changes and new lines and new technology is coming. Metro, as on date, we have 1,000 kilometer metro running in the country, but in next 5 years, it will be 2,000, almost double. We don't have, in fact, right history. So I think slowly we should move towards, as our panelist and earlier Dr. Reddy has indicated, slowly interaction between the industry and education, academia should happen. And I think industry should also support in this. It's not necessary that you build a very big curriculum, teach everything. Basic concepts, when person joined in the organization, he is aware of what he is going to do. And today, as economy is improving, employment is improving, the things are changing in the way. Now, students, they select where they want to work. It is not that the industry is going and taking this. See, in the developed countries, you can't think that whomsoever you want to hire, he will be working in our industry. Now people think on different directions. Which company is involved in the social welfare, which company is working for the environment. They work there, not anywhere. It is not the only money. So things are slowly changing. So I think we have to work on in these directions and collaborate. There should be good collaboration between the industry and the academia, and as indicated by during the panel also, there has to be some policy shift. from the government side and policy changes. For example, today, on date, in our school curriculum, lot of things which have become obsolete. Though basic knowledge should be there, but those things are obsolete, not used at all. Still, we are teaching those things. So I will not take much time. This is little time. I thank each and everyone. There was a lot of really very good panel discussion and lot of thought-provoking details given by Dr. Reddy. So I conclude here, not take time. Thanks everyone for inviting me, and thanks.
Stay back for a while. And I request Dr. CLVR Suprasad to felicitate the keynote speaker, Mr. Shyam Chandra Mishra. Thank you all the dignitaries for your patience, and we are going to close this session after a small, it is time to honor our existing recruiters, and now I am calling our existing recruiters, and the first one is House of Companies. And I request Dr. Prasad sir and to honor the next one is My Hopes. And M.K. Land Trade. And the NCC. This is M.Y. NCC. Organo Eco Habitat. Organo Eco Habitat. The next one is Baltic. The following one is Baltic. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Baltic. Possible works. The following one is possible works. And TCS. Agreement, please. Transcom. The following one is Transcom. Thank you, sir.
Good evening to all. I will not take much of your time, but as a person who has been visiting GMR campus for more than a decade, I want to just say a few words. First of all, thanks to Prasad Garu and Kiran Garu for inviting me. Actually, my MD and GMR Garu were classmates in Andhra University way back. So on the request of GMR Garu, MD also wanted to come to the college for campus trip. Then I was worried my MD coming to a village called Rajan, how it will be. One Mr. Srinivas is there, placement officer, actually is there. He said, don't worry sir, we assured our campus has 5-star facility, guest house. I was not convinced, I asked him to send the photos. I sent the photos, I showed to my MD, no problem, we'll go. Then when I went, when we stayed, I asked my MD how they were feeling. It is better than 5-star and 7-star. Such a beautiful campus they had. And whatever food they give to the students, the same food they have given to us. It was again better than a 7-star hotel food. And the students, we have taken a lot of their students in the last decade, the companies I advise now and the companies I worked. Excellent. I can see the difference. Only, as we discussed earlier, panelists discussed, communication skills that will be forever. So, once again, thank you very much, sir, for giving me time.
Thank you, sir, for having such an immense positive note over GMRIT. I request Giri sir to honor our partners, L&T Unitech, CRP and Knowledge Park. French Varsity, Embedded and VLSI training. Thank you, sir. Byte Excel, Java full stack. Byte Excel. Geeks for Geeks, top coders. Superset, placement management. Chaos Electronics. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks, sir. Now, I cordially request Mr. Kiran Kumar onto the dais to deliver vote of thanks.
Hello. Yeah. Very good evening, one and all, and my beloved HRs. Thank you for accepting our request. And within a short period of 15-20 days only, we have just started promoting after doing the groundwork. As rightly said by our principal sir, first of its kind in GMR Institute of Technology, we have felt like we need to reach into the market, and we want to make all the HRs of Hyderabad to be at one common platform, and one that is, we felt THub would be the right platform for everybody to reach to the campus. So this is how we could able to make it. I thank every HR who accepted our request and being here, and I also thank our panel experts. I also thank our keynote speaker, my favorite sir, Dr. BVR Mohan Reddy. I felt in my mind when it's a keynote speaker, he should be there, because I know he is the one who played a major role in AICT and many other initiatives with reference to the students. So I felt he should be here, and definitely he is there, and he has given a very good value insights for us. We will definitely take these takeaways, and we will make sure our students will reach to the expectations of all your clients. And I thank our S.C. Mishra ji, who has accepted our request from core industry, and he has came here to address us. And I thank first of all our GMR team, our principal sir, our COO sir, our CEO sir, and our director sir, who accepted our proposal, and today we all are here just because of them. I request everybody to thank them for this understanding. I also thank the THub team who has made us the comfort zone of all the setup of infrastructure and the other supporters. I also thank my backend, all my placement team who all the way traveled from Rajan to make this event a grand success. And before I just close, we have also told people who reach into the campus for this meeting between 5 to 6, they will get a surprise gift. Yes, definitely it is there. I request our Prasad sir to come and just take us to 3 lucky people. Definitely, I guess this gift will make you more happy in your family when you go to your home today.
So the lucky is for the people who are prompt and on time. Cloud Parrots, Mr. Satish CH. Pasha. Asif Pasha.
Asif Pasha from
Zevin Cloud. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Do not record the.
No, I did not record the next one. Next one was the answer.
Third one. So% amazing.
विनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा